Zim Zima, who got the key to my beamer? Jack move. That's how we act when we team up. All right, that's Yada Bear over there. She's in her glory tonight. I'm left-handed, aka at RM Des, representing down in Sports Talk. We in the building. A lot of stuff to talk about. We're not gonna rush through the show because I know Yada Bear got plans. She's got a baseball game to attend, basketball game to attend, hockey game to attend. You know what I mean?
It's a full plate in Philly.
It's a full plate, man. Then she got to go pick her little nephew up from Abbott Elementary and all that. So it's a full plate for you. What's going on? What's good with you? That's Yada over there, y'all. You know what I mean?
Man,
it's good.
It's a beautiful day in Philly, and it was a great weekend for Philly sports.
Absolutely.
Definitely got to start out with my 6-0 birds.
Look at this.
6-0. That
who would have thought in the building?
Who would have thought that at the end of week 6 that there'll be one team standing undefeated, and it will be the Eagles. And what's crazy is that people keep saying, "Oh, well, you guys didn't play nobody, you didn't play a road team." But what's crazy is the fact that we destroyed Minnesota. Like, we put the tape out on how to guard Justin Jefferson, because all that fancy catching the ball and 100 some odd yards and multiple touchdowns, we shut all that down in Minnesota. Then it's like, oh, well, you guys just play Washington. They just play Detroit. Y'all didn't play a road team. Well, everybody was saying that Dallas is a road team, even with Dak Prescott being hurt. Cooper Rush was the second coming of Troy Aikman, the way that they was
allegedly.
They was already giving him the starting job.
They called Dak Prescott Drew Bledsoe and called Cooper Rush the next Tom Brady. Like, what the hell is going on here? But go ahead.
What was happening? It was a lot of it's a quarterback controversy now because of Cooper Rush play, and Dak Prescott needs to watch out. And I'm like, oh man, really? Because nobody in their mind ever said these words: Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott. And this is me defending a Dallas Cowboy player. Like, this is ridiculous to me. But that statement was ridiculous to me when I heard that. And then, everybody's like, oh, well, Dallas defense is one of the toughest defense that we have out there. Micah Parsons is the second coming of Lawrence Taylor.
Right. I heard that.
Oh, pump your brakes.
Right.
Do not go there with this kid. He hasn't accomplished anything to try to.
That's right.
That's right. The late great Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who put fear in grown men. They fear.
Don't kick him to the curb yet. He ain't gone yet. Is he? Did I miss something?
No. No. But I'm just saying,
No. I hear what you're saying.
Hall of Famer, like, he put fear in grown men.
Yep.
Nobody wanted to play when
he was breaking people's legs. He was breaking people's legs on TV. That's right.
When you think about playing the Giants, it was like, oh my God, we got to play against LT.
Yep.
LT was
that's right. That's right. You ain't gonna worry about McConkey or Phil Sims or none of those dudes.
It was LT.
Absolutely. All day. LT all day long. Where is 56 at? That's right.
Where this guy is. So, with these so-called sports experts and analysts, just throwing it out there that Micah Parsons is the second coming of LT.
Right.
He could be better than LT. This guy.
Right. I heard that too.
And I'm like,
that's
wow.
what I heard.
I'm like, this is crazy. Like, give the kid time to accomplish something. Give the kid time to grow, to do something before you throw this at him. And then, you also got Lawrence also he was talking trash about Jalen Hurts. Well, oh, he hasn't played against a defense like us. Oh, he hasn't played against us. Well, we played y'all, and we played y'all real easily.
Talk your ish.
Oh, Cooper Rush, he's real careful with the ball. You know, he doesn't make many mistakes. He's not going to be the reason why they lose the game. He's going to keep them in it. 3 picks later. 3 picks later. Oh, they got this really good tandem at running back, two-head monster with Zeke. Zeke looks good. Tony Pollard runs hard. He looks good. Blah, blah, blah. None of that. All of that shut down. Oh, here we go. CD Lamb. CD, number 1 receiver. CD, number 88.
Represent the 88. Right.
Great number 1 receiver. Oh my God. He got such a connection with Cooper Rush. He's all over the place. But last week Cooper Rush only threw for 108 yards. How you win games like that against a good team? You can't win games throwing the ball for 108 yards.
He went out there. He went out there and got slayed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Shout out to Darius Slay.
Because this guy makes plays, and shout out to CJ, 2 picks. I would say this. Micah Parsons, he tried to make a couple plays, but that was only after Lane Johnson got hurt. Because when Lane Johnson was out there, you didn't hear nothing from Micah. He shut Micah down by himself. It was only 1 or 2 times he had a little help over there, but majority of that first half, it was one-on-one, him, Lane Johnson, and you hear nothing from Micah Parsons. And then when Lane went down, he got in the backfield here and there. But then, my Coach Sirianni, was like, you know what we're going to do?
All right.
He said, you know what we're going to do with this guy? We're going to run at him. We're not going to run away from him like everybody else been doing. We're going to run at him. And when we ran right at him, he couldn't do anything with us. We're going to put him in coverage against Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert burnt this guy in coverage. So I don't want to hear no mess from no Cowboy fan. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, if Dak was there, it would be different. No, it wouldn't have been that different. We might only got 2 picks, but truthfully, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
No doubt. I'm gonna say this. I feel like a 6-0 team deserves all the praise and the credit for being 6-0. Being 6-0 is not easy, especially in the NFL. As we see, the quarterbacks that people want to always put on the top and the upper echelon, the Bradys, the Rodgers, the Lamars, they're having trouble throwing the ball. Back to the Eagles, though, they're definitely, for me, the best team in the league right now. But I think they need to figure out the second half issues. They only scored, I think, 22 points in the second half of games, but you guys are 6-0. You know what I mean? So it works, but I think it's week 6.
Yeah, it's week 6. It's still early.
So,
there's still a lot of football left.
When you look at it, by the time you guys get back to play against, I think you play the Steelers in week 8.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be in week 8, right? Doing your thing, still undefeated. Your rush defense, I think they're going to talk about that, during the bye week and stuff leading up to the Steelers game. I think you're in a comfortable position now. Everybody's going to try to put the Giants on y'all because look at what the Giants are doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, again, the NFC East. Is the NFC East back? I wouldn't say that. I would shout out to my man Keith. I wouldn't say the NFC East is back because the Commanders are still garbage.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're back fully, but I think that
3 out of 4 ain't
it's
bad. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's more competitive
Yeah,
than what we
absolutely,
thought. Because
absolutely.
at the beginning of the season, we thought that the NFC East would be just a two-man race with the
Mm-hmm,
Eagles
mm-hmm,
and the
mm-hmm.
Cowboys, and now the Giants have now threw their name out there,
Absolutely.
and we could talk about the Giants a little because that game against
Mm-hmm,
Baltimore,
mm-hmm,
um, they showed me something.
mm-hmm.
The coach, he can coach, um, and their defense, I wouldn't say it is the best, but they get the job done. They swarm to the ball. They play as a unit. Um, Saquon is doing Saquon things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's really good to see him back. I was a fan
Healthy,
of
right?
Saquon,
That's
healthy.
right.
I liked him since he was in Penn State. I thought
Yeah.
he
Oh yeah,
run
it was
hard.
beast in that Penn State, right?
Yeah, like I love backs that they run hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of like Derrick Henry,
They
Nick
run
Chubb.
through you, right?
Saquon. That you say will run right through you, and it's just good to see him back healthy. Um, it's always football is always good when your division is competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it brings the best out of the teams.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody always look at the NFC East as the NFC least.
Right. That's right.
We've been the least for years. I mean, decades now. Like a decade,
But
and it's just good
go
to
ahead.
see us back.
Absolutely. Um, I think that once you reach a certain plateau, because the NFC East kept y'all kept it, y'all stayed in the Super Bowl. If it was the Giants, it was the Cowboys. If it was the Cowboys, it was Washington. If it wasn't Washington, it was even the Eagles snuck in there a couple of times. So
Mm-hmm.
from that, being expected to be championship contenders and championship material to being a team or having teams in that division to win the division at like 7-9.
Yeah,
That's crazy. But
7, 9, 8,
it's
and
okay
8.
now because absolutely. But it's okay now because look at the NFC East now. It's respect, like you said, the respect word. All right.
Yes.
The Eagles are doing their thing, and I'm gonna give myself a clap, a pat on the back. Word up, because all last year, as soon as the season was over, and especially the draft, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I said it.
Yeah.
I said the Eagles go watch them. The
Mm-hmm.
Eagles gonna be the Eagle, and I said it's gonna be contingent on what Jalen Hurts does.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I was getting back, we gotta see what he does, and I said, oh, y'all gonna be right, and
Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say about that. Y'all gonna be right. That's all I said.
Yeah.
And after 6 weeks, you're 6-0. I think that even if I asked you, you would be satisfied. I don't know what grade you would give Jalen Hurts after 6 weeks, but I'm thinking that it would be a grade, a positive grade, and I think you have positive things to say to him
Oh
about
yeah.
him after the first six
I
weeks. Absolutely.
I would definitely give him a B plus.
Okay.
I would definitely give him a B plus,
Mm-hmm.
just for the simple fact that I just need him to be more accurate with his passing
Mm-hmm.
and his decision making. He's still working on it. It's a lot better than last year. It's a whole lot better than last year, and he still have room for improvement. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, solid B plus for the first 6 weeks. Especially going to the bye week, just only throwing 2 picks. And I would say really one because the other one wasn't really his fault. It bounced off the guy's hand. He should have
Mm-hmm.
caught it. Anytime I feel like anytime you touch the ball bounced off your hands, you're supposed to bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
But he got 2 picks on the record. No fumbles, which is great, especially as how much he runs with the ball. You expect to see a couple of fumbles here and there, but
Mm-hmm.
I just think a solid B. What's going on with your man Tom cursing out his offensive line? And then I heard that he kicked somebody.
Yeah, he was.
What is going on?
They fined him $11,000
Right.
for the little kick or whatever that they did on Grady Jarrett when they gave Atlanta that penalty for that sack on Tom Brady. To me, that was like, okay, we got to do something. That was one of those, we got to do something moments. Roger Goodell, I don't know what's going on. The hit on Tua, definitely serious. The hit on Tom Brady, not as much, but it was the hit, and it was Tom Brady, and there were circumstances under that. To turn around and say, okay, Tom, we're gonna try to balance this out. We patted the Atlanta Falcons, we scolded them, we took away a chance for them to get back into the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna kind of like ease the perception of us being soft on you by going in your pocket for 11 large. You know what I mean? Okay. Mm-hmm. Now back to him cursing out the offensive line. They deserve it. Mm-hmm. The running backs deserve it. The defensive line deserves it. The linebackers deserve it. The secondary definitely deserves it.
Yeah, so the whole team deserves it.
I'm going to speak right now about my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3-3, right? Haven't looked right at all this season. From game 1 in Jerry's house, right, to the situation that just happened just now the other day. Tom Brady's not right. I'm not even going to speak about the other guys because we already know those are a bunch of dudes that's just playing the game and they're happy to be playing with Tom Brady. Let's call it like it is. I'm not going to beat around the bush, pull no punches. I've been a Bucs fan forever. And it's not as bad as it was when Chris Conte was getting trucked on Monday Night Football, right, against the Steelers, who we just lost to on Sunday. Shout out to Slate. We keep getting these games where we have to go for 2 at the end and we come up short. Mm-hmm. That's a sign of a garbage football team. Another sign of a garbage football team is your secondary is getting burnt worse than those tips that they sell at them nice restaurants. It's bad. I've always said it. Winfield, Dean, all you dudes, you have moments. I give you that. You got a Super Bowl ring to justify
those moments.
The moments. I give you that. Son, Antonio Winfield, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That Super Bowl was yesterday. Todd Bowles, you don't escape. No, sirree, Bob. Don't turn my Tampa Bay Buccaneers into the New York Jets. Don't do that. They gave you the keys to the kingdom. You're supposed to be a defensive guru. You got my defense playing like doo-doo. So I'm going to say to you, while we still got some time left in the season to be respectable, I'm not talking about no Super Bowl. I'm not talking about no home field advantage. I'm not talking about none of that. All I know is what I see. I see a 3-3 football team that people talk about like they 6-0. They want Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl and be in the Super Bowl and be championship material so bad. What did I say at the beginning of the season that I did not want to happen? I didn't want Tom Brady to turn into Joe Namath on the Rams, Johnny Unitas on the Chargers, Joe Montana on the Chiefs, even though they was nice. They went to a championship game and all that. Joe Montana on the Chiefs, but they didn't win.
Peyton Manning at the Broncos.
Peyton Manning and the Broncos throwing ducks. Mm-hmm. Getting beat 53-8 in the Super Bowl.
Freaking Phillip Rivers with the Colts.
I mean, hey, listen, but hold up. That one right there, Phillip Rivers with the Colts, they went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but Tom Brady is turning into those bum dudes.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Huh?
I said it's not a good look.
No, not at all. I'm not going to cast aspersions on what's going on with anybody else. I know we had problems on our offensive line, but they make too much money to be relying on some BS nonsense excuse. Do your job or don't do your job.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be mad. Amazon is hiring. I mean, Leonard Fournette, I understand that they throwing you the ball a lot more because they can't get the ball outside to Mike Evans.
Yep.
Where is Julio Jones?
Oh, he's still hurt. You know, Julio just shows up for one game.
Like this team is turning into, like, it's starting to go spin back down the drain. We was trying to level it out. We got a Super Bowl to fall back on, and here's where we go back to the original conversation that we started with tonight. These cats are soft. They done turned into chocolate pudding. Oh, Tom Brady got you a Super Bowl. So what?
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. And he still ain't a friend of mine. 2 years ago, a friend of mine. You like that, right? But anyway, I'm going to speak about my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's still my team. I don't expect them to win the Super Bowl every year, but when we're good, we're supposed to contend. 3-3 is not contending material. I understand it's, you have to get it together and things that. No. Next month, 4 weeks from now, it'll be week 10. So, absolutely. So again, I'm just saying to my Bucks, just play consistent football. 3-3 is a sign of a very inconsistent team. But all I do know is that you're consistent with is going for 2 at the end of the game.
They stay going for 2.
They stay going for 2 at the end of the game.
Stay going for 2.
Like, it's so hard to kind of like, I'm a Buccaneers fan to the heart. That's my team. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be mad at them and this, and I'll be ready. A couple of years ago, I was ready to quit them. I swear, I was ready to quit the Buccaneers. So I was on the show talking about, what should be my new team that I should rock with? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I said, nah, I can't do it. But again, I'm gonna talk about Ish, and I'm telling the truth. Sonny Cruz, if you out there, holler at your boy, because I tell the truth. I don't do that pie in the sky shit. I don't do that Walt Disney World shit. I don't do that. You know what I mean? So again, I'm gonna say my piece. I said my piece. We got a lot more stuff to talk about. Shout out to Clarissa Shields, right? Shout out to the homie Devin Haney, right?
Undisputed.
And again, it was a big weekend that just passed. Sports, very big weekend. Shout out to Tennessee.
Definitely shout out to Tennessee.
Yeah, they got at Alabama. They had Nick Saban losing his religion. I don't know if he's gonna get any more Aflac commercials.
He was going crazy out there.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna get any more commercials. I think that duck is scared of him. I said Nick Saban is wilding out here.
Yeah, Nick Saban was going crazy out there. The Tennessee fans went crazy. I never understood. I never understood like why they take the goalposts down. Like, do they get it back? What do they do with it afterwards?
What happens is sometimes they used to just take it and throw it in the river or something like that. Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of those Midwestern schools like Northwestern or something like that, they took it and they chopped up the goalposts and they sold it for charity. I think they did that in Nebraska too. You know what I mean? But
that's better than throwing it in somebody's river, like
and I read somewhere where they was taking donations to try to buy a new goalpost or something. They told, please don't tear down our goalpost. But that's a thing. That used to really be a thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you have a big win, but now it's like you want to tear down the goalposts. because you won, the first game in 3 years. You want to tear down the goalpost. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you want to tear down that during championship. Like, you want to win a
Yeah, you know what I
championship.
mean? Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
at least a
Absolutely.
bowl game,
Yeah. You don't want
Yeah.
to tear down the goalpost and have a game next week.
Yeah, it's like, so, like,
That's
where they get
crazy.
you goalposts from?
Absolutely. Yeah,
But,
you know what I mean? You're going to have somebody standing up there like this.
but
Like
definitely
Butthead is like, you know what I mean?
Tennessee,
Beavis and
man.
Butthead. But
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
shout out to Tennessee.
We
They
live on
definitely did that.
Facebook, man. You know what I mean? That's how we give it up. Shout out to everybody that's checking us out, man. We
Yes.
appreciate y'all to the fullest. Down in Sports Talk, we here in the building. Absolutely want to give Clarissa Shields her absolute respect. She went overseas and waited. She went overseas and waited because the Queen passed away.
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks?
Yeah, about 2 weeks. She went over there and waited
to fight and to go out there and basically dominated
beat Savannah Marshall up.
Yeah, I feel like she dominated it because she didn't give Savannah Marshall any space to move. Like, Savannah Marshall is tall and she has long arms, Trust me, she can tag you up, but she needs space. And Clarissa, she was just in her grill the whole time. Like, the whole entire time. Like, you know what she kind of remind me of watching her fight Savannah Marshall? She kind of remind me of like a young Tyson, how she was just coming forward. She wasn't even really coming forward because Marshall was coming forward, but she just wasn't giving her any space to work in. Every time she came forward, it was like she didn't really back up or give her space. She just stood her ground and was just swinging and connecting. She landed so many punches. And like, people that I was watching, a couple people were streaming them in the comments. People was talking about how many like punches like Clarissa Shields was throwing, and I'm like, yeah, she definitely was, and but she landed so many punches, it was crazy. So Savannah Marshall, she was throwing a lot of punches, but she wasn't connecting at all. She wasn't really connecting, and it went all 10 rounds, and all 10 rounds, Shields was just tagging her.
Yeah. As she said she was going to do.
Yeah, tagging her.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, shout out to her. She said she was going to come back with the belts. She got all the belts. Who won't take it from her? She got all the belts.
Right. Shout out to Devin Haney, man. He went back to Australia.
Went back.
And finished whooping George Kambosos Jr.'s ass.
It's like he picked up. He picked right back up.
Yep, where he left off. Finished whooping his ass. Yep.
And what's so crazy about that fight too is that Kambosos tried to switch up his style.
Yeah.
Switching from southpaw, to then his regular stance, to then being unorthodox, to back to his regular stance, and it just didn't work.
Nah, I switching to lefty and all of that, and trying to be a little bit more aggressive, and he got at Devin Haney, but Devin Haney was like even letting him know that shit was affecting him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, shout out to him. What are we doing with Deontay Wilder? What are we doing with him?
I'm done with him. It doesn't matter. Look who he's fighting.
Right.
Of course, he should have knocked him out in the first round. The dude.
All right. What up, Facebook user? What up, bro? I see you. All right. Salute to you.
Yeah, like he.
Absolutely.
Been in the ring with him.
They wanted $75 for that garbage. I should have went outside the Barclays Center and threw an egg at them. Like you wilding.
I couldn't. Wait a minute. I couldn't even believe that they were charging $75 for that fight, and the Devin Haney Kambosos fight was free on ESPN.
Oh, right.
Make it make sense.
Makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.
It's a championship fight on cable TV, but you want someone to pay $75 for a heavyweight eliminator.
Right, eliminator or
And then,
whatever you want to call it. Right.
and after the match, you give him a medal. Like, was
What
the
did he
medal
do?
gold? Like, what is this? What
And
are
it
we
goes back.
doing?
Listen. I don't even want to like
What are we
talk
doing with the
about it because
heavyweight division?
the jokes write themselves.
Like, what are we doing with the heavyweight division? Tyson Fury now is fighting.
Joshua, right?
No, it's not even Joshua. I forgot. It's not even. Oh my! It's not even to unify the belts. I forgot who he's fighting. Somebody, but it's not. It's not the fight that he should be fighting.
So why are you fighting at all?
There's a million. Yeah, like if you're going to fight, you should fight to unify the belts. Be the undisputed heavyweight champion.
He want to unify that money with his wallet. That's what he want to do. I ain't mad at that either. But
I'm not mad at that either. But the fight is to you. Like you gonna say, I'm gonna retire, but now you out of retirement to fight this one fight. But it's not the fight that you should be fighting.
It's just a fight.
It's just a fight. Like
and again, that goes to show that goes to show the the respect that even the fighters within that particular division, when we talk about the heavyweights, have for the division for the sanctity of the belt, the heavyweight championship of the world.
Yes,
they don't care about that. And making a mockery of it. You know what I mean? And I think that's foul. That's bad business. You know what I'm saying? It's like the heavyweight division is supposed to make all the money. The heavyweight division is supposed to run boxing.
Yeah, but it don't. Some guy named Derek Chisora.
Derek Chisora. He's fighting him.
The third. Yes. On December 3rd. Why are you fighting this guy?
Well, that's all right because I think that again, these dudes don't want to fight each other. They're just a bunch of big, overpaid, talentless, you know what I mean, weirdos. And I say that with my chest stuck out because at the end of the day, the heavyweights that we respect in the pantheon of watching boxing and great heavyweights, these dudes would never be considered great heavyweights. In their mind, and the people on their payroll would consider them great heavyweights. But myself, I don't even put these dudes don't rate.
No.
They don't rate. They don't. And I don't care who don't like it and who send the emails to me.
I'm trying to think. The last
I don't know. I don't have no. The heavyweight division is a sham.
Yeah, the
boxing is really a sham. At where we are right now, it's a sham.
Yeah,
you got 1 or 2 fights a year that people say, okay, this is going to be a good fight that we're going to spend our pay-per-view money for. Everything else is nonsense.
Yeah, the last undisputed heavyweight champion was Lennox Lewis.
Lennox Lewis.
That makes no sense at all. No sense at all. It's like I need someone in the boxing federation to just say, you know what? Enough is enough. There's too many belts. We need to unify all of these belts.
But again, our mission statement and what the elephant that's always going to be in every room, that every sport that we talk about, it's cash rules the cream. Cash rules everything. So the more belts, the more sanctioning fees, the more we want to call them fights, Kimmy. We want to call them fights at this point, or are they just events? Because ain't nobody really fighting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They want $75, and this dude knocked this dude out in the first round.
But can I get my money back?
Can I get half of my money back? Can I get can I get $5 or something? You know what I mean? Like, what is going on?
And he punched him straight in the face. It was like
straight in his.
It was straight in his face. It was just like,
and listen, when they said Deontay Wilder was fighting Robert Helenius,
I know
What other outcome did you have in mind?
Yeah.
A decision?
I wouldn't
don't
even
think so.
wrote that there. Like I wouldn't even think that was a pay-per-view fight if I didn't see it myself.
Add insult to injury by charging. People just charged to just watch Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. They didn't watch that for free.
No, and that was
then you're going to turn around and charge them $75 for this?
Mm-hmm.
GTFOH.
For a first round.
Boop. And now Wilder's supposed to be back and give him some kind of medal or something for
what is this medal? Like, what is this? A participation medal?
Participation award. A pineapple slice.
Is that what absolutely. We're doing now? Like,
absolutely.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, I don't get it. Like, just because you participated, they have to give you a medal and make you feel like, that you did something outstanding that ain't nobody else got. Listen, check this out. I've been wanting to say this for a long time, right? That's my co-host over there, Yada Bear. She know I'm getting ready to say something bugged out. That's what she got. That. Listen, right? And I'm being serious right now, right? They give one trophy for first place. When you clinch that division, they put that little X by your name. Can't nobody take that from you. If you want to play for second place, they give a trophy out for that too. They give a trophy out for third place. They give a trophy out for fourth place. That's up to you. If that's what you like, then rock out. But don't feel like because you didn't finish first or you didn't make the postseason, you have to give yourself a trophy to make you feel, as important or just as good. No. Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. They make trophies for first place, and they bent a little bit with this wild card scenario. So they already acquiesced to you already, and you still can't make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Like, am I wilding? Tell me, am I wilding or what?
No, you're not. I've never been a fan of teams in the everybody. League make the playoffs. Everybody gets a trophy. Right. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, I hate that.
You was the best second. You was the best second place team in the league. You was the best third place team in the league. You was the best last place team in the league. You won a trophy. There you go.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
I don't get it. And when did that start? That's a conversation starter right there. Facebook, what's good with you? YouTube, what's good with you? StreamYard, what's good with you?
When did that start? When did participation trophies been a requirement to give out to people?
Yeah.
I didn't know that sports was supposed to make everybody feel happy. There's winners and there's losers.
Right. So that's what I wanted you to say, right? This is unscripted. This is live. This is how we give it up. Check this out. When you're always given something, even if you don't win, that's life, man. Everybody don't win. So when you feel like you're entitled to something, even though you didn't win, that, turns into sense of entitlement. Well, I wasn't good enough, but I deserve something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going to make you feel good. You was the last place team in the league. Now, the only place I see that happening when I used to see it happening, and it just blows mine that it happens normal now, is in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The last person that gets drafted, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Right? Ha, 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 baby. Oh, whatever. Now, it's like you play for second place. You play for third place because you're going to get something out the deal. And that makes no sense. You can't even you used to beat the team in the little league 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? You know what I mean? Now you can't even do that because you don't want them to feel bad.
Exactly.
Just knock it off.
Poor sportsmanship and stuff like that. Now we getting flags.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be like, oh, we sorry we beat you. We wish we, you know what I mean? What you supposed to do? Say we wish we would have lost?
I wish we never would have won.
Yeah,
Like
I wish we
what?
never would have won. We
Make me
tried
feel
to
bad for
lose.
beating
Like,
you.
what are you supposed to do to appease these dudes? To stroke their ego, to make them feel better about them getting beat 58-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you supposed to
I
say?
should feel bad for that. I should feel bad for that.
Yeah, I feel bad because I didn't turn around or fall down on the ground when you was trying to miss those tackles.
Yeah.
Right, my
I should
man's in them
feel
was
bad.
catching passes in front of your DBs. That's my fault. That's my team's
Exactly.
fault. We practiced all week to beat y'all. Y'all allegedly practiced all week to beat us, and this is what happened.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's crazy. It's just bugged out how everybody has to feel like they won even when they didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is what it is. NBA tonight, your Sixers in action up in Boston. Could we get an update? What's your team looking like in game one?
Well, right now, it's halftime right now. The team is looking all right. It's looking good. You know how first game just but it's a close game. The Sixers look good. This offense that we running with first pass going in Joel. We got our shooter spread out. A lot of movement without the ball. No more of that. A lot of stuff that we was doing last year, standing around, watching Joel go to work. He's commanding double to triple team, and everybody else just standing around watching. Now we have a lot of more movements, a lot more backdoor cuts. With him, passing out of this double team and triple team, it seemed like it's really starting to click to him that you don't always have to shoot the ball. When you're double team and triple team, you have 1 to 2 guys that's open, and those guys is behind the 3-point line. So he's getting that in his head now that I want to pass out of it.
Right.
Give the open shot to a James Harden, a Tobias Harris, a Tyrese Maxey. So, so far so good. We're looking good. He's got to, buckling down some of the defensive stuff. Boston actually look okay. They are missing Robert Williams. I think that's going to be the
when is he coming back? Like December or something?
Something like that. But that's going to be the ongoing theme.
Right.
For the Celtics, again, another year of them waiting for Robert Williams to come back
And make them whole. Make them complete.
And then for him to come back, maybe for like a couple weeks, couple months, and then go back down because this guy seems to never can stay healthy right now.
What are a couple of your storylines like in regards to like the Eastern Conference? Like for example, one of mine is are the Knicks going to make a trade? We didn't get Donovan Mitchell, which I'm glad. It's still trying and wanting to make a deal. I think that, with the 8 trade eligible first round picks, we got assets and Obi Toppin and Quickly and Grimes, even though you really hate to see
young guys go.
Those young guys go. I think he was worth, holding up that Donovan Mitchell deal. Because again, I'm not really a big Donovan Mitchell dude, right? I think that potentially Julius Randle, he's going to end up in whatever trade the Knicks make because he's had his shot to be the man. He wants to be the man, but he's not. You know what I mean? And once he gets that in his mind, I think he'll develop into a better player all around. But as long as he wants to be, he's playing with number 1 aspirations with number 3 skills. You know what I mean? Another storyline that I'm going to be watching is the takeover of Joel Embiid and his Sixers. All right. Joel Embiid's finished twice runner-up to Jokic and MVP. I think he's going to have to play between 65 70 games, Joel Embiid. Um, he shot 37% from three last year. And he took like 4 attempts a game. He got to the free throw line, I think, almost 12 times a game.
They look like they're trying to scuffle out there in Boston. Joel,
And
Marcus Smart.
I think that he's gonna be very, very important. If he stays healthy, he'll be at the top of the MVP race. Again, talking about Boston, they're definitely on shaky ground. I think with the coaching news that they had earlier, that's going to cost them about 3 or 4 wins. Robert Williams, go ahead.
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna maybe cost them a couple more than 3 or 4.
Okay.
Especially late in games. Especially after the All-Star break, because to me, after the All-Star break is when the season to me really starts.
Right.
Because that's when now we are fighting for playoff.
We're gonna see what's what, right?
Yeah, see who's going to make a run, see who's going to fall off. That's where you see our pretenders and contenders really stand out and separate themselves. But of storyline, especially for the Sixers, I'm looking to see if we can take the next step and get out of that second round, get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and potentially to the NBA final. I'm looking to see if our off-season acquisitions pay off. Do we truly have a bench now? That's what I'm looking for. Other storylines in the NBA, I really have my eye out in LA for the Clippers, not the Lakers, for the Clippers. With Kawhi and Paul George being back healthy, also with the addition of John Wall, to see if they can somehow come out of the Lakers' shadow and be the team in LA. Because when you really truly look at both teams, the Clippers have the better team. And then when we talk about the Lakers, I'm looking at, well, when are they going to make the deal? When are they going to trade Russ? Because now they're talking about bringing him off the bench. He then came from the starter to maybe we'll trade this guy to now he's going to come off the bench. So now he's going to come off the bench with the second unit, which to me is not a bad thing because he can't shoot. But
a bad thing to him.
Yeah, but he runs 100 miles per hour on the field on that court, and I have seen him make less of guys look better because of his style of play like that. That style of play doesn't work with LeBron and AD, but it could work with Nunn and Schroeder, and whoever else is coming off of that bench. It could work with those guys.
Right.
Another thing I'm looking at is the Nets. How are they going to mesh well together? Now that all three of these guys are back, supposedly healthy, what's going to be the next issue? It's always something with these guys. Somebody not going to like somebody or say something that somebody not going to like, and then when is the downward spiral going to start? And for them to explode, and then somebody has to go.
They want to make this out to be some kind of 1997, 98 Bulls type of last dance thing for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. What the hell did they do?
Nothing.
Besides keep their names on the back page, ringless, mind you.
Yeah.
A lot of potential.
Yeah.
A lot of what ifs. A lot of might be's.
A lot of what ifs.
A lot of could be's. A lot of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just a lot of, I'm gonna use one of those words that Stephen A uses. Bloviate. It's a lot of this bloviation about nothing. You know what I mean? Brooklyn all day. But on the basketball tip, it's Knicks all day. And I'm sitting there, and the reason why I brought that up, because again, I'm gonna bring it up every chance I get. Stephen A told me to my face how Brooklyn was gonna steal the city from New York. How'd that work out for you? Right?
They're still waiting on it.
They're still waiting on it.
Still
And
waiting on it.
I think that with I'm not gonna focus on what Brooklyn does because their jokes write themselves. I'm worried about Jalen Brunson. I'm hoping that he's worthy of that contract that he's given. I'm hoping that the word nepotism doesn't get flown around the garden too much this year. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rick. You know what I mean? But I think that my over under for the Knicks. I was talking. Shout out to the homie Jalito. He's got a podcast, a Knicks podcast. He played on the Wire. Shout out to the young homie, man. We was chopping it up, and he's like, "Yo, his over/under total was 44. He's 45. Mine was 44 for the Knicks. I think it could be over 44, but I think that that's going to be the line for them. That's what I think about the 44 and 38. You know what I mean? That's what I look at the Knicks. I know starting in Memphis tomorrow night is going to be a measuring stick early.
Yeah, that's a tough first game.
And I think that's what they need to start this season off, to let them know from the door, you go against a Western Conference team, a team that's not scared of you, a team that's ready to go, a team that has a superstar who can't wait to play you at the Garden. Because, again, the Garden is turned to everybody's house of highlights.
Well, I mean, listen, that's the place that you want to play your best because it's always a spotlight there. There's always some type of spotlight. And never know who's going to see you play.
As a potential free agent destination. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think that the season's starting tonight. Hopefully everybody's doing what they need to do. The 75th year of the NBA, doing what they do. LeBron's gonna break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record sometime, maybe December, January. I think that
Yeah.
And who do you like as far as winning the NBA Finals this year?
Well, look who's behind me.
Oh, well. I see Dr. J, but this is a little late for him, ain't it? I'm messing with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shout out to the Sixers. I mean, hey,
it's
if they win the title, I'm going to the parade.
It's going to be tough because
all you need is a healthy Embiid. A year of a more wiser Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A healthy James Harden. And I just need
hopefully Doc Rivers read some books on how to succeed after the regular season. I'm sorry.
Should I throw that out there, right?
Right.
Let's throw that out there. But I mean, I can see Sixers Bucks in the Eastern Conference Final.
Right.
And I can see, depending on if everyone stays healthy, I see Warriors, Clippers, Western Conference Finals.
One left at Phillies, home run, Bryce Harper.
There you go.
Yeah, so in the East, I'm looking at the usual suspects. I'm not really looking at nobody to just really shock the world and come out and be in the Eastern Conference Finals. So you got Milwaukee, you got Brooklyn, you know what I mean? You got the Sixers. Right now, it's going to be the Sixers and Milwaukee.
Yeah,
I don't trust the Nets. I don't think that Kyrie Irving and I think if a deal comes along, the right deal comes along for them, one of them dudes is gonna be gone. So
they got two people on their team I can't trust. I definitely don't trust Kyrie at all, and I don't trust Ben Simmons at all.
So it's a recipe for disaster. We just call See what happens with the soap opera in Brooklyn. But the Eastern Conference is going to be, like you said, it's going to be tough. There's a lot of teams that got better. You know what I'm saying? Murray went to Atlanta, so you can't leave them out as a factor. I think, but the Milwaukee Bucks are gonna, do what they need to do. But I think the Philadelphia 76ers are gonna win the Eastern Conference. And in my game, I play History Maker Hoops. The Sixers, I play in the bubble season. Right?
Okay.
The Sixers swept Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. So now I'm playing the Western Conference Finals. I'm playing Denver and the Clippers. Oh. Denver is up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, so, wow, look at that.
If that's any indication, but I think that again, this will be the third year where the expectations are high in Philly.
I know they are. They are.
And I think that they haven't reached the crescendo yet. I think that once you guys get to the finals, you guys experience that and that realization that you went from the process.
The process.
Right? So I think that'll be an accomplishment in itself. The Western Conference, to me, I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. And I'm gonna put a team in the mix. In the Western Conference. Not the usual suspect. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, okay.
In the NBA Finals. I think that the Memphis Grizzlies are going to be the team that's going to be last standing in the West because they get it now. They don't have to be beefing with each other like the team in LA. Both teams in LA. They don't have to worry about the big guy wanting to leave and doing his rap records up in Portland where nobody goes to see them play and they fell off. So they can kind of like be on an upward trajectory where, they can win a lot of games. They won with Ja. They won without Ja. They're a team, the Desmond Baines and those guys, they working on those extensions. I think Memphis can sneak in there and make some noise. We'll revisit this.
That sounds good, but there's two teams out west that's going to say something about that.
Okay.
One is the defending champions.
Golden State, right? Absolutely. But I think they're going to fall.
Another one's the Nuggets. Another one will be the Nuggets,
Okay.
Like,
I think that.
I like Memphis. I do like them too. I like those young guys. But when we talk about playoffs and like
they learn. That's one of my reasons. They learn.
I get that they learn, but when you got a team in Golden State that any given day you got 3 guys, I might even say 4 guys can just drop 30 on you out of nowhere. It's crazy. And they play defense. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a hard sell for me to try to sell Memphis over the Warriors and the Nuggets.
And the Clippers and the Lakers.
I was going to say even the Clippers. I won't even say I can't.
You can't say the Lakers.
Nah, the Lakers are just they need more shooters. You gotta
tell who they need, Yada.
They need Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Make the trade. Jeannie Buss. Listen. Dr. Buss would have been made the trade. Dr. Buss would.
That's the difference between then and now.
Dr. Buss would have been like, let's get this guy out of here. I don't care about these draft picks. I want to win now. My guys, he's gonna win right now. He would have been made the trade. Right. I don't know why this lady is holding on to these picks. Like, you only have a year or 2 of LeBron left. Make the trade because as much as you want to believe, or much as you hope and pray, Anthony Davis is not the one. He will always be the co-star, not the star. Everybody's not a number one. You know, when you think of number one receivers, like, everybody's not a number one. Anthony Davis is not a number one. He's a number two. He is the Robin to LeBron's Batman. And then when LeBron is gone, you're going to be looking for another Batman because Anthony Davis is not Batman.
Anthony Davis is like
It's Mr.
Chief
Glass.
O'Hara.
He's Mr. Glass.
That's what I said. He's like Chief O'Hara or Commissioner Gordon. Because remember we watched Batman when the red phone used to ring, when they used to lift up the cake dish. You ever notice that's a cake dish? That thing.
Hello?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, the Lakers are, the jokes write themselves. Even with the little NBA season opening when they had Charles Barkley driving the bus. You see the cartoon?
Mm-hmm.
They had Russell Westbrook on the outside, and he missed the bus. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But
yeah, I feel like this season is going to be very exciting. Looking forward to a lot of things happening. I'm looking forward to watching the improvement of some teams. I'm looking forward to seeing what my Knicks are going to do for real. I don't want them to feel like they're going to be a super contender or nothing like that. Be respectable.
Just want to be respectable. I understand that.
Youngsters out there that's going to the Knicks games and stuff like that, man, please don't jump out the window like y'all did last year. You know what I mean?
Or the year before.
Or the year before that. You know what I'm saying?
When Julius Randle was playing like somebody, and he was most improved player, and they're like, "Oh, the Knicks are back," and then it was like
the Knicks, all of that, all of that.
Still the Knicks.
Word up. We in the building, man. This is Down in Sports Talk. Make sure you get at us. We on Twitter. RM Desk right there. You see the name in the corner. It's over there.
Yes.
And then that's Yada Bear right there.
Right here.
With 6-0. You know what I mean? 6-0.
Oh, my
Eagles.
goodness. I didn't want to forget about this. Did you see the Robbie Anderson blow up on the sideline with the coach?
Yeah. And they killed
Steve
Wilkes kicked him out the game.
Arizona.
Yeah. Yep. They turned around trading Arizona. Absolutely.
Not even 24 hours later.
I thought that was when I saw what happened, and then I saw like, he got traded for like a 6th and 7th round draft pick. I was like, dang, this is like the movies. Like, how do you say it? Life imitating art, imitating life.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in the movie or something, when they beat up the coach or they have a fight with the coach, they get rid of him. They trade him. And they turned around and said, you know what? We got to find somewhere for this dude to go. You know what I mean? They still made it a viable place for you to still be able to get a job. They didn't kick you off the team. They didn't cut you. They didn't do none of that.
But the thing is, more like people are saying that this guy is like a diva. Like they had with him with the Jets. That's why the Jets would let him leave to go to Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, how are you a diva and you don't accomplish anything? You're a go route guy.
He's a pineapple slice. That's what Robbie Anderson is.
Yeah,
he's a pineapple slice, yo.
He's a go route guy.
You want the diva, glory and accomplishments, but you haven't accomplished nothing. You had a nice year with the Jets, got you some bread. The Jets was like on the other stuff. Not the stuff that you do on the field. It's the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have that. So now all that's coming out. The fruit is bearing itself. Now Wilkes was like, get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yeah.
Now you going out there with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep, because Marquise Brown he's done. He's done. So it's not an improvement because now you bring in DeAndre Hopkins back, but then you bring in a guy who can just run fast.
Yeah, it's crazy what they're trying. To me, it's like they're trying to get the bigger headline from the other team. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You got this
it's
guy,
just
well, we gonna mess with this guy. You know, so
yeah.
I'm waiting for it to come on the ticker that the Giants signed Odell Beckham Jr. You know
Oh
what I mean?
well, you see that Baltimore signed Deshaun Jackson.
Okay. You know what I mean? They should have signed. Maybe they would have beat the Giants. Um, we're gonna get out of here, but not before we talk about these league championship series
Oh,
that we're about to go into. That Giannis team is already up 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Talk about the matchup between the Padres and the Phillies a little bit.
but right now it is definitely a pitching duel. Truthfully, Zach Wheeler takes the mound for the Phillies right now. He just struck out. He just struck out. Who's up there? Who that? Can't really. Soto. Yep, struck him out on the side. Um, uh, Darvish is throwing the gym out there too. He got his knees busted up. He's like bleeding through his pants, which is crazy to me. I don't even know how that happened. Bryce Harper hit a solo home run at the top of the fourth to give us that
Mm-hmm,
1-0 lead.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Right now we got 2 outs, but the biggest story is who would have thought that 2 wildcard teams would be in the National League Championship game?
Right.
This is why I said winning 100+ games means nothing.
New York Mets. I'm sorry.
It means nothing at all. I don't care if you win 100 games because all that matters is what you do in the postseason. And I said it to folks on here, folks on the streets. Do not let the Phillies get that last wild card.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do, they let us get that last wild card because we've been playing postseason baseball for like almost 2 months now.
Pretty much.
We are
Right.
already, we've been in the zone. We've
That's
been
right.
locked and loaded. And it's showing right now. Nobody didn't think that, oh, all right, we the 6th seed. We went in. St. Louis swept them. Nobody saw that coming. Atlanta, next round. Oh, Atlanta Braves been killing us all season. These guys had 5 days off, relaxing, getting ready for us. We went down to the Atlanta game 1, took their hearts. When we came home to Philly, I said, we are not going back to Atlanta. And that's exactly what happened. We punched our ticket to out west. And who would have thought that we would be playing the Padres? Because through the whole season, just like how the Braves and the Mets were with us, the Dodgers was kicking the Padres butt every chance they had. And then for them to be able to go to LA, take one game there, and then go home to San Diego and just stay home and close out the series was crazy. So nobody could say, oh yeah, Phillies Padres in the National League Championship. Nobody in America saw that happen. I didn't even see that happening. And now my expectations is World Series. That's my expectation. Because right now, nobody can stop us except for us. We are in the position, the best position ever to go to the World Series. We just have one team of head in our way, and that's the Padres. And right now, we're up 1-0 in the top of the fifth. That's all I got to say about that.
Are you going to thank me for attending your TED Talk?
Yes. Thank you, and have a nice night.
Yo, absolutely right. I mean, that game 1, 6 in the ninth inning, that was the impetus for a lot of stuff that's going on right now recently with the Phillies. Salute. Um, again, like you said, they've been playing postseason baseball for 2 months. You know what I mean? Scrambling to get that last spot. You know what I mean? Was within reach. You know what I mean? Some things had to go on. I think the biggest change was getting rid of Joe Girardi. You would have never.
No, we wouldn't be in this position.
And again, you know what? I don't care how it looks. You would have never made the playoffs with Joe Girardi.
No,
Period.
I totally agree because soon as they dropped him, we wouldn't want a 12-game winning streak by just playing old school baseball. We just playing baseball. I can't stand analytics. I can't stand it. I don't care what the numbers say. What does your eye tell you? You've been playing baseball all your life. You've been watching baseball all your life. The game is still the game. There's one ball, one bat, 9 players on the field. That's
right.
you
See ball,
versus
hit ball.
the pitcher.
See ball, catch ball. That's right.
See ball, catch ball, ground ball, scoop, throw to first, throw to second. Same game, different decade. And I don't know what Joe Girardi was out there doing. He was the numbers and this and the probability of this happening. Nah, just go out there
percentages and all
play
that.
the game. Yes, just go play the game. And having Rob Thompson at the helm has shown that we can beat teams in different ways, as by hitting home runs or by slowing the game down
and small ball.
Just move the running scoring position. Just tag the ball. Just touch the ball. You don't have to swing for the fences all the time. A single is great. A double is great. We had JT hit a in the park home run. When the last time you seen a catcher hit an in the park home run in a playoff?
Especially a catcher that y'all was talking greasy about 2 weeks earlier.
Everybody can get it. Yeah. Listen, as much as we love our guys, we will talk trash.
That's right. As you should. That's right.
Now, they get it both. Right. They get the love and the hate.
Absolutely.
It's equal. It's equal. That's how we show our love. If we don't talk trash about y'all, that means we don't care about this player.
That's right.
This player is indisposable. He could be gone tomorrow, and I wouldn't care. But the fact that I am watching you and I'm criticizing, that means that I care and I know what you can give us. And he showed us something, and he came through when we needed him.
Go
ahead, Yankee man.
Series is going to be crazy because a lot of people got a bad taste in their mouth. Still remember 2017. I think that the 2 best teams in the American League are in the American League Championship Series. Respect to the Cleveland Guardians for all y'all went through, name change, and just playing your brand of baseball to help you get to where you got. Respect to y'all, man. Salute.
Yeah, they had a good season.
But I think that moments happen in playoff. That's why they call it a series, right? You won and you showed your heart. You got the series even. We had to battle back from behind. That showed the grit and the mettle of a championship squad. But again, this is our championship right here. We have not been able to beat the Houston Astros in a playoff situation. We need this one right here. This is the Waterloo for Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Garrett Cole, Aaron Boone. But not really so much for Aaron Boone, because Aaron Boone got a 12th inning home run that's going to stand the test of time. These guys, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. That's why they wasn't letting you go when you was driving your car trying to get home the other night. Right? Josh Donaldson. Hope we get DJ back. I think we can run with these dudes. The bat, Alvarez, his bat, I'm worried about him. That dude is a beast.
Listen, he won 2 games out.
Yeah.
He beat Seattle twice by himself.
Altuve, those guys have played against us before. The Bregmans of the world. It's Verlander and Taillon in game 1 tomorrow night. We're gonna have to definitely get one of those first 2. Preferably if we can get both of them. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to a lot of strategic baseball. You got Dusty Baker in one dugout. You got Aaron Boone in the other. Those guys have been there before. I think that it's going to be a battle of bullpens. You know what I mean? The Yankee bullpen was taxed during this Cleveland series, right? But those guys stood up. But I'm not so sure about the Clark Schmidts now because now the stakes are even higher.
You don't trust them.
I don't trust those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that if we can, limit the mistakes, hit when we need to hit. Of course, you're playing in a bandbox, Aaron Judge. Tear those Crawford seats up, Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Tear those right field seats up, Giancarlo Stanton. Right? And I think we have to make a statement in this series because all we're going to talk about is, the Yankees in this curse. We can't beat the Astros. It's always something. They was banging on the garbage cans, and Altuve had the buzzer in his uniform, and all of this stuff is going to be talked about. All this stuff is going to be talked about all week.
Oh, no, they're bringing it all back out.
And all of that stuff is going to be talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom line is, if I'm sitting in there and I'm waiting and I'm looking at this series, I'm saying I'm not worried about none of that. Go out there, beat these dudes. I need me a World Series hat. This one is old. Look how old that is. You see that?
Yeah.
That was against the Mets. That was
World Series.
Mets, right? I need a new World Series hat. So if Aaron Boone can help me with that, I'll be much obliged. You know what I mean? And if these cats over there do their business and handle their business in the NLCS, we might not have a show. It's
gonna be
it's gonna be a little Hatfield and McCoy thing going on.
A little something like that, you know.
I mean, you look at that all beat, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a battle of the I-95.
Yeah, and don't get swept because I have to come Philly looking for you. Then you be sitting like this.
Hey, and don't let us come up there. Take one.
Oh man, you already know what it is. I have to bring Matsui and CC Sabathia out of retirement and call Mark Teixeira up to see what what's my man? Hold up, what's my man? Not Chuck Knobloch, but Alfonso Soriano.
Not Alfonso. You gotta bring Alfonso. Like, yo, Alfonso.
Alfonso Soriano out this moment. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let Yada do what she do. She gotta enjoy the rest of Sixers and all. Shout out to the Flyers too. They doing their business. Shout out to the New York Rangers, man. Put the beats on Tampa Bay the other night. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about.
It's always good to beat Tampa Bay, right?
Get y'all picks in, man.
Yes.
Do what y'all do. Shout out to my man Slate. Shout out to my man Sonny Cruz. Shout out to everybody. OG Wood, salute.
Everybody.
Tiffany, I see you. Shout out to my man Diz. I see you, Playboy. Any last words before we get up out of here? Because I know you got a game to watch.
Don't forget to get your Thursday picks in. It seemed like Denver and the Chargers are playing again. That's who's playing on Thursday. I feel like Denver and the Chargers are playing all the time. Like, I feel like they playing like
they're playing the best 3 out of
5. I feel like it's always like the Broncos and the Chargers, but
right.
It's terrible. Like, I hope it's not. Hold on, I'm about to tell you 1 second. Who is playing week 7?
It's week 7. It's week 7 already.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Oh, great. It's the Saints and the Cardinals. Thursday night football.
Another barn burner.
So amazing. Saints in the Cardinals. So don't forget to get your picks in. If you pick for that Thursday night game, Saints Cardinals. There's no London game this week, so get your picks in by 12:30 on Sunday.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to put a lock in. Don't be afraid.
Yeah. You got to be strategic with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, look,
absolutely. I see some people jumping out the window with it. I ain't gonna say the names, but do what you got to do because it works.
It works. You win some, you lose some, absolutely. Right?
It works. So don't be afraid to try to get a lock in or upset special.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It could work the other way too. If you think a team is gonna knock another team out, then do what you do. All right. It's getting heated up in there too. It's getting really, really tight. You know what I mean?
It is.
And all it takes is a hot week for you to do what you do and get those little 5 extra points. If you
because each week you never know. Like, come on. This past week was just like a what?
So that's what it is. We're about to get up out of here. This is Down in Sports Talk, man. Get at us on Facebook. Get at us on Twitter. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Yeah, I have to apologize. Chris Brown couldn't make it this week. You know what I mean? He was, dealing with something. I think he's charging like $1,500 an hour to take a picture with him. So he got bigger things to do.
He got bigger things to do. Can't talk to us, huh?
Yeah, so next week we'll try to, hopefully we can get Chris Brown next week on the show. So salute. I'm out. I'm left-handed at RM Des on Twitter. That's Yada Bear over there. The 6-0 Philadelphia Eagles National League Championship Series, Philadelphia Phillies, Philadelphia Flyers, Villanova, Temple, all of that good stuff.
Get it in over here. It's a wonderful time to be.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention Joe Frazier, Bernard Hopkins. You know what I mean? I would be remiss if I didn't mention those.
I'm telling you, it's a great time to be.
It's a time to be
sports fan, man.
And I saw the poster for the Creed joint.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, it looks good.
So what is he be fighting? Like Clubber Lang's son? Is that dude supposed to be Clubber Lang's son?
No, I think he's supposed to be like his friend that got locked up. They did something as kids, and then I guess he took the rap, and he was locked up, and I guess it's like. And
he got a heavyweight championship fight.
Listen,
I'm just saying. Well,
Hey, listen, look, stranger things happen, right? Look. B Hop got out of jail, got out of prison, and
B Hop, Ernie Shavers, rest in peace, Ernie Shavers, right? Absolutely, absolutely. Ron Lyle, absolutely, absolutely. So, we about to get up out of here. Don't go nowhere. Phillies won, Padres nothing. Yankees, Astros. Knicks, Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis tomorrow night. Who's playing? The Lakers playing tonight, right?
Lakers playing Warriors tonight. Ring night. Oh
yeah, make sure. Check out Draymond. The interaction between Draymond and the other guy, Jordan Poole.
Oh, Jordan Poole got paid.
Yeah, he got paid. Wiggins got paid.
But didn't get paid. Draymond.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He gonna get paid tonight though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's gonna be a nice parting gift. We have some lovely parting gifts.
Yeah, a nice parting gift because
we're gonna give you a ring. We're gonna give you a lovely parting gift. Word up. Yo, we out of here, man. Down to In Sports Talk. You know where to get us at. You know where to find us, yo. We about to be out. Salute.
Peace.
All right. Word up. Booyaka. Peace.